other team? What have you done with the other team?
We are now live.
Once the ball forward, once the ball goes to the back and it goes forward, you've got to move closer to the ball. Yeah?
Oh, so Marcus.
Cut that, tell him. Move in. Okay, let's go. Who's in there? Who's in there? Down. Red, stay. Take it down. Over. Orange.
And welcome to the round one of the reserve grade competition in the Tasmanian Rugby Union 2022 season. First game that we're going to bring to you today will be between Taroona Reserves and we've got a treat. It's the Burnie Emus reserve grade team. It's the first time they've put in two teams in quite a long time, so all credit due to the guys up there in Burnie in managing to put two teams on the field and take that step into supporting the union across the state. So we've got an exciting game today. Lots of new and old players in front of you. And we can see just final preparations there. The Burnie players in their huddle. And Taroona lining up waiting. There's your Burnie team for the day. Presumably made up of that starting 15 on the left-hand side and a swathe of reserves, including some familiar names over there on the right-hand side. Great to see the name of Brett Kershaw, aka Krusty, out there. And these guys will be captained by Shane Bentley, another familiar face around rugby union in Tasmania. Reserve grade games are played in 35-minute halves. Usual laws, though there's a change this year that you might have seen if you've been watching the TV and watching the Super Rugby with the 50-22 law, which states if a team kicks the ball from their own half and it goes out indirectly, so bounces first or is touched by another player from the other team and then goes out, it's that the kicking team gains the throw in at the line out. So it's a great tactic that teams with good kicking players will be able to take advantage of. I'm sure we won't see what we just saw there on the screen there with Taroona player Matthew Brocklehurst kicking the ball. That's not going to be a common sight this year, I wouldn't suspect. And the teams will turn around and run the other way. Again, just a few moments here while the players get themselves sorted and move to their positions. Last minute directions, a lot of pointing, a lot of hands in the air. It's exciting, guys. Start of the season. This is the first men's game. You know, we've been treated to some women's rugby this morning already. And now we've got our men's reserve grade competition about to begin. And away we go. So the kick comes, it's nice and high. Well tapped back there by Blomfield from Taroona. No, not Blomfield. That would have been Brocklehurst, but it's taken by Burnie. And they drive forward in a very impressive manner. They go to the ruck. See number 12 ducking in there. Hafunga, who's the halfback. And Burnie set up a couple of little pods here and go forward. Well tackled out there. And then here comes the ball wide. So into the centres. Nicely taken out there in the tackle by Alistair Burke at number 10. But there's a pick and drive here. And dangerous looking Burnie driving forward towards the line. Getting close now. It's a nice tackle. Pushing towards the sideline. Burnie take a bit of time here now to set. And just push it out. Ball gets hit up, taken down. Easy tackle. Got a roll out of there, Taroona player. That's Jack Hartley, made that tackle in the number 5 on the ground. And again, taking some time. Now here comes the ball. Out in the hands of Curtis Ganninan there in the number 41. Met solidly in the tackle. Hafunga comes into half again. He goes right this time. And again, some good defence on the line there by Taroona to hold Burnie out. And good discipline too. No penalties as yet. It's always easy to slip and just not concentrate enough here and give away an easy penalty on the line. And running again here. And this time, Taroona get over that ball and secure it. So last ditch defence very close to the line there by Taroona, and they managed to turn the ball over. And they go with a quick tap here. Burke with a long kick, nobody home, and that's going to dribble out well down inside the 22. And we talk about a 50-22. That's the first one we've seen this year. First kick, 50-22, Taroona's ball. And they've gone with a quick line out too. Not sure if it was a great idea there. Not a good idea. And Burnie defenders drive Josh Vidlich out over the sideline. And now Burnie will get the ball. So good vision there from Lagrange, the halfback there for Taroona, to use his experience and the experience of Alistair Burke outside him to take that kick and go downfield where there was nobody. Certainly the downhill side of the field on this corner. We're just going to stop while number 5 down in back play, George Oneone, I think, is looks like he may have a hand or shoulder issue. So players will just take a moment here. Good opportunity to get some water. Only a few minutes into the game here, 4 minutes down. And players just taking a break. Oneone goes off on the other side there, so it looks like there'll be a substitution. The general laws for the reserve grade competition are rolling subs, that then they're not limited in number. They can just keep substituting. So if he's okay, he can come back on later in the match. But we'll see Patrick Fay come onto the field here. And we'll have a Burnie line out now. There's pretty decent wind blowing too. That kick from Burke that led to this line out way down here inside the Burnie 22 was very well assisted by the wind. So it's going to be hard for Burnie to kick it out of here, but with their strength and size out in their backside, I wouldn't be surprised if they'll try and run. Very crooked line out throw we've seen there. So unfortunately Lee Jordan just not able to get that in, but we've seen still been numbers in the line out incorrect there. So we'll have a tap. Burnie go the tap and they'll hit it up. Big run there from Massamar. And we're going right again. Well, that kick's going to probably blow back inside the 22 with that wind. And knocked on by Burnie. But regathered there by Akisi in the number 13 for Burnie. But no good. The knock-on came off from that attempt to regather the kick. And Taroona will have an attacking line out just outside their 22-metre line. See Burnie defence there lining up flat. We can pick up the Taroona players. Looks like we're not contesting scrums. I'm not sure why. Great run in there. Good hit up by Alex Cole in his first game back for Taroona. Hasn't played in a couple of years. And we push right to Eddington. Goes to Burke, who ducks through, and he finds... Oh, a bell spilled out there by Rob Holmes. But we'll see a penalty, I think. Possible high tackle, judging by the referee's decision. And Taroona, they're probably going to opt for a scrum here if they're uncontested. Yes. Not sure why we're not contesting our scrums. Just that high tackle. So scrum set, about 15 metres out from Burnie's line. Taroona with the feed. Okay, moving forward there. Burke takes it in. Oh, and he's tipped, and that's going to be a card for sure. Possibly go straight for the red in this situation. It's tipped him. I think he probably didn't land too badly. Definitely possible on the shoulder, but I'm going to see a red card, I suspect, in this case, and we'll sadly see Hufunga, who made that tackle, come from the field. No, just a yellow. Just look at the replay back here. Very lucky to get away with a yellow card, I'd say, in that case. He just tipped him up pretty high and just let him go. Didn't drop him down safely, but first yellow card of the season, only 5 minutes in, so need to be a bit more disciplined, will the Burnie tacklers. So another scrum taken by Taroona. I dare say we won't see Burke just run straight into the tackle this time. He will look for someone outside him. And a nice cut there. Holmes can't take that low pass and knocks it on. So just a good solid defence there from Burnie getting up. Teething problems there for Taroona in their back line. And we'll come back. We'll come back for a scrum because of the knock-on from Holmes. New player for Taroona out there making that pass to Rob Holmes. Marns Herawini in wearing the number 17, playing it inside centre. He's a big unit, and he's got Alex Cole outside, so some great size in the centres for Taroona, and definitely good, well-matched opposition too. The Burnie centre pairings. Pretty large boys too, with Nili Varka and Daniel Fa'ifo. Ball comes back, kick comes over our way and out on the full, so we'll have a line out right in front of us. I think kick there from One, no, not One, he was the man who came off the field. Not sure who's moved in to the into the 5/8 position. So playing in this wind is going to be tricky. Just managed to get there. Lagrange takes it and is well tackled. Yeah, and he's got all over that. Oh, unlucky, I would say there. Massimo was on that ball, but the referee says that it was a ruck and he wasn't allowed to put his hands in. Well, I think Shane Bentley made that tackle underneath, possibly, and didn't roll away, which makes it hard for the player to release. But go to another line out Taroona now about 8 metres out. So a lot of attacking, not a lot happening though in terms of play with the ball in hand. Good field position for the Blues out here. Rob Clayton with the throw here. Goes to the back. It's crooked. Vidlich can't get his hands on it and knocks it on. And Burnie run away with it. They've got some space out on the outside here. Fa'ifo gets around one, gets around two, gets the pop away as well. And some great support play. So Bentley takes the pass. They've now made it pretty much to the halfway. And Burnie have got numbers on the left here. Fa'ifo didn't want it. And the ball stopped. Goes into the hands of Faye, who's taken to ground. And now the ball rolls out. Halfback takes it. Cole gets up quickly, but well darted around. I'm not sure who that halfback is for Burnie. I'll try and find out. He's certainly not on my list. And we'll have a penalty.
Hunter. He's only one of our juniors. Hunter Cooper.
So after a great drive there from Burnie to make it up past the halfway, just an indiscretion at the ruck sees Taroona kick the ball back down into defensive end for Burnie. Got to get their line-out throws right, do the Penguins. So here comes the throw. It's a good-looking throw this time. It's just a bit low, and Vidlich dropped that, but it's gone into the hands of Burnie too. So they need to let it go on the ground here, and Burnie will recover the ball. Hunter, I've been told, is the name of the halfback. And a nice run up through the middle there by Akisi, who gives it off to Fa'ifo with a great couple of fends. Well tackled. And Chaperon Tucker gets back and knocks that ball backwards, and it's stripped by the Burnie player from Lagrange, and Burnie recover it. I think in the strip though, the ball's gone forward. So lucky there from Taroona. It was a good effort for George Chaperon Tucker in the number 21 for Taroona to get back and defend that pass. And it was a great strip there too. I'm not sure who the Burnie player was, but gee, when they've got the ball in hand, Burnie are looking very dangerous. So Taroona are going to have to keep their eyes on. So Hunter Cooper is that the young guy playing in halfback now. I think he's just on in the halfback position due to the yellow card that we saw to Hufanga for a tipping tackle on Alistair Burke. Burke goes down, and it's a little chip kick that doesn't go far enough away. And no, it's not Fa'ifo. That's Akisi, who's now moved into the outside centre position, I think, getting back and covering really nicely. So Burnie want to put some phases together here. They've done some great job with support play, but they're just at the last moments struggling to keep the ball. Unfortunately, Cooper, I think, copped a boot in the face there as he went in to pick the ball up. And Jack comes through, but we're not going to have. I'm going to just have a scrum here. I'm not. Just got a bit messy, and I think the boot to Cooper's face just saw our referee decide to call it up, and we'll restart. So uncontested scrum here. Ball comes to the back. Cooper will pass it to the number 5 out there, One, who's back on the field. Apologise if my pronunciation's poor. I'll work with these guys over the season to make sure I get it right. Ball's out. Referee's looking the other way at the line, and they come to this wide blind side on the left. Good work again. Oh, there's a good hit, good solid hit there from Jordan Eddington. Shane Bentley suffered there, and Taroona now have recovered. I think Lagrange has gone for the kick into the corner, but he's overcooked it and it's gone out on the full. So that'll give Burnie a line out almost directly in front of our camera. So no score as yet. Both teams have had some opportunities. Burnie certainly had an opportunity early down close, but weren't able to score. But it's been all Taroona in terms of field position since then. With this wind, it's really aiding the Taroona team. And Burnie throwing it wide, but not making any metres. They're still behind the gain line from where the line out originally happened. And they come wide this time. So Burnie again not making any ground here. Just a little bit of disorganisation. But yeah, nice fend there. And number 21, Nili Varka, goes for a bit of a run. Onione comes around again. And gets around the outside, taken by Eddington. Taroona go off their feet at the ruck there, lucky. And Burnie keep the ball. We've got a player down in the middle of the field here for Taroona. Robert Clayton just having a bit of a nap. And he's waiting for some assistance, I think, and the referee just blows time on so we can see what's up. We're about probably 18 minutes into the game so far. Relatively uneventful start. Other than probably the one thing worth mentioning would be the yellow card to Samusoni Hufunga from Burnie for a dangerous tackle, but he's about to come back on. I believe maybe after this play he'll be back on the field. Been some great running by the big broad shoulders of Daniel Faifo for Burnie so far. And other than that, Taroona's strategy really has been kicking and trying to play with field position with this advantage of the wind, which is blowing pretty strongly from the left to the right. So Lagrange with the kick. And that goes out. Again, back inside Burnie territory, so Taroona will throw for the line out. I think we've seen a substitution. Looks like Michael Smith has come on for Clayton, who's taking a rest. And he'll throw this ball into the line out. We'll see how he goes with the wind. Coming on with his first throw. Just waiting for the substitution there. Albie Mayol for Taroona has come on. So he's going to join the line out in the number 1. A few other substitutions out there. We can see a few new faces on the field. I think Jacob Cooper, he may have been on there the whole time. Cody Hall for Taroona as well. And the ball's lost, so some line out problems for Taroona. Good chase by Fidelich. Comes down to Cooper, who takes it in the bread basket and goes for a big run. Great contact, good tackling there, but really well done in support running there. And Cooper hangs on to the ball. Brocklehurst now. Goes to ground. Taroona go over and recycle the ball. We'll go left. Vidalich with his hands out, ready to go. Ball goes wide to Mayol. He'll have a run. Gets past the first tackler. Throws it through his legs, but he's knocked it on. He's managed to get around Gutenball, I think. for Burnie. Possibly in the number 4. Such a wide variety of numbers from the Burnie players. It's pretty handy if they all wear the same number every week. But it's pretty hard to work out who's who as well. So Oni gives it to Ifo, who looks up and really needed to pick that ball up quickly there because it's been turned over. And Taroona will have a knock-on advantage in the middle of the field. Ball comes right. Burke gets around the outside. And knocked on there by Cole. Looks like we've let the advantage go. We're not going to go back to the original knock-on. So what happened there? Cole did knock it on. He maintained possession, but because it bounced off the opponent in front of him, it counts as a knock-on. If he regathers, knocks on the ball in the air and regathers it before it touches the ground, he's fine. But in this case, it rebounded off an opposition player. So it had to turn the ball over. Burnie now with the ball inside their 22. Ball comes back. Cooper at the back there with the pass. It's a nice quick pass. Oni with the kick there. I don't think it's going to go out. Yes, it's just gone out. Number 33 there, Henry Chuck Vado, wanting to catch that ball, but the spectators having a go instead. Yeah, we really need to get these spectators back from the line. Unfortunately, we don't have any rope or anything on this side. Smith with the throw in. Taroona just struggling with their line out so far. And just managed to be gathered there, the big fella. Takes it forward. And Taroona now with an attacking opportunity. Ball goes out wide. Get around quickly. Cole on the outside straightens up. Nice fend on the inside. Tackler manages to hang on to the ball. Good support play there. And they go left quickly again. Burke out wide. He ducks through. And he's over. First try of our reserve grade season at Rugby Park goes to Alistair Burke from Taroona. And after a lot of attacking pressure, Taroona finally managed to get over the line with this big wind assistance and put on the first 5 points. And the kick's going to come from Lagrange out wide. He'll have the wind pretty much right on his back, I would say. Very experienced boot out here, Christo Lagrange. He's also the Taroona first grade coach. I'm sure we'll see him line up as a reserve for that game later as well. And the kick comes through, head over the ball, it's nice and straight, and conversion is good. So Taroona, after a lot of pressure, move ahead 7-0. And we'll come back for the kickoff. Clock on our screen says about 21.5 minutes, so about 15 to play, a bit less than 15, 10 and a 2.5, or a 3.5 or something. Good maths by me. See if they can get this kick. The first kickoff by Burnie was excellent. Landed pretty much on Brocklehurst's head, and he struggled with that. But they've gone a bit deeper this time, and the wind hasn't grabbed it. Vidlich reaches the hands out, runs in. Shane Bentley's stolen it, and he's away. So cunning play there from Bentley. Nice work. I think last time we saw Shane, he was being carted off the field in Burnie at the end of last year with a pretty nasty looking injury, but it's great to see he's come out for another season and back on the field. Big number 64 out there of Krusty, beckoning players, making sure that someone else gets the ball, not him. And hands over the ball. I think we're going off our feet there. And the quick tap comes. And very lucky. Cody Hall's 9.9 metres offside there. And he's pinned for it as well. So Burnie now with a penalty right in front of the sticks. Are they going to go for the points? I don't think so. Certainly looking out to the left. They want to go with the tap this way. But no, scrum's a good idea. And Burnie is the first time since the first 3 minutes that they've had the ball this deep into attack. Just joined us. I'm not sure the reasoning, but we're not playing contested scrums today. I know there are some new rules around scrummaging and making sure that all front row players have their front row, what they call the front row passport. And perhaps that's the reason why. So they come left. Cooper with a bit of a step. Oh, he's quick too. And he finds Chuck Vado on the outside, but he's bundled into touch there. Great tackle there, I think, from Rob Holmes. He's a very strong cover tackler. And Taroona now will have a line-out opportunity, though they've not been convincing. Burnie every chance for a steal here. They'll throw Shane Bentley up at number 2. And the ball goes to the back. Nicely taken there by Vidlich. Some big, tall second rowers there for Taroona this week. Vidlich coming back for another season. Burke here with a nice kick downfield. And it goes out. Oh! Shapper and Tucker there diving down to pick up the ball and copped a bit of a hand across the face, I think. But Taroona lucky in that situation. I think the Burnie players knocked that ball into touch, bounce first in the field of play. So very fortunate. A couple of subs here. Faifo coming off. Number 34 for Burnie running on in the background. Harry Keys or Keys. And Taroona now go to the maul and drive forward. Ball goes to Burke, goes back in and he kicks for this corner again. They've taken that ball back inside. It hasn't made it to the 22 either, but we'll go to another line out. Cooper looking for a quick one. He's wily, this young fella. He likes a quick tap. He likes making some decisions up there with the ball in hand. Nearly put his teammate over the line for a try moments ago. So it's great to see young players getting involved at this level. Cody Mann just running out there. It's a interesting line out, but one there by Burnie. And they drive over. Ooh. And the ball comes back and chipped forward. Wynn's going to grab it. Shapper and Tucker's going to struggle there. Oh, and a lucky bounce for him. Gives it to Lagrange on his inside. And Taroona have got some numbers out wide. Ball goes out to Cooper. And he's quick, but his strength is in his thighs, this man, and his biceps. And he's taken in a good tackle around there, but Taroona finally make it. Holmes darts around the blind and doesn't get very far. And now Taroona come back where their support players are in the middle of the field. Mayall with the ball. Bounces off one, bounces off two. Finally taken to ground. And Burnie player not rolling out of the way there, but the ball comes out. Smith takes it, steps back inside, goes through 2 tacklers and finally gets taken to ground. They need to release him. Nice drive over the top. I think the Kiwi from East now having a run with Burnie this week. He told me he wants to play with all 100 teams this year. So good to see that support, making sure that Burnie can put a full team on the field, sorry. Eddington steps inside. Again, great tackling by Burnie. Eddington pops it back and Jack Hartley scores the try. So on debut for the Penguins, the big fella goes over under the posts. Aided with a nice little pop off the ground there from Jordan Eddington. So another 5-pointer goes to the Penguins. just see here. Good step inside. Great footwork there from the big fella. I think the man bun has given Burnie a little bit of a fright, and when he stepped inside, they didn't expect it, and over he goes. So making good use of the wind there, Taroona. Good strategy, kicking the ball down. Interesting to see whether Burnie are able to do that when they come out in the second half, running this way. And Legrand's with a kick from right in front this time. Very polite of Jack there to score right under the dot. And the kick's good. Penguins go ahead now 14-0. Burnie has certainly been dangerous with the ball in hand, but they just can't quite hold on to it at those last rucks. Just pushing it a little bit too early. All right, kick now to come from Okisi. Okay, goes deep, the wind holds it up. Well read there by Cody Hall, and he's through, the big fella. Oh, here he goes, look at him. He's a fullback in the body of a hooker, and off he goes. Makes it 40 metres up the field. And the ball goes wide now. Another new player for Taroona with some great footwork. Oh, flicks the fake pass out. Finally makes it to ground. That's Hiri, I think. And a wide pass bounces. Is that Anthony Lean running out wide there for Taroona? First game back in a long time. So he'll be relishing the opportunity to get on the field today. And Taroona with some good phases here. Legrand's just getting in there, finds Burke, goes wide. Well left there by Smith. Unfortunately, Vidlich can't pick it up. We've got a front rower and a second rower in the back line. And Smith, they've got to hold on to this guy. He's very, very good step. Struggling with the tackle, and Taroona just coming off their feet over the ball. Can't touch it there. Vidlich went through too far, and then I think Burke came in behind. No hands allowed. So very lucky there. It was a mixed bag of players in the back line. I don't think that kick's going to get out here. Shapper and Tucker takes it and goes infield to Burke, who goes, yep, we'll go downfield again. And that ball's going to bounce and sit up. Oh, might even go dead. Another play here. This is a line dropout. So Taroona have kicked the ball through. Another new law we've seen. If a team kicks the ball into their opposition's in goal and the ball's grounded by that opposition, it's no longer a 22 dropout. We see a line dropout. They can take the dropout anywhere they like along the whole line. The ball must travel 5 metres. So unlike a 22-metre dropout where the ball doesn't have a set distance it must travel, this one must travel at least 5 metres, but they can take it anywhere they like. And it's a high kick. You know, going to get there. Lagrange gets to it on the full. Finds Burke outside him. He's been very busy. Gives the ball out to Lean, who runs in. He needs to support. And just rolls safely there. Burnie not committing to the ruck. Which is a good move at this place. Nice hands by Brocklehurst, who finds Eddington inside. Mayall gets on the outside. Pushes it out wide. I'm not sure who that is out there. But the headgear, we've got another new player for Taroona. I think that may well be. I'm not sure. Maybe Heroini. So another try to Taroona there. Some good support play in this case. I think Burnie have been defending pretty well, but gets pretty hard as you spend the vast majority of the time in defence. Certainly, Burnie have only had possession for maybe 5 minutes, maybe 6 if they're lucky, of this first half so far. And with only a few minutes to go, Taroona are sitting comfortably in the lead there on 19-0. definitely aided by the wind. Definitely field position has been all Taroona. And the conversion's good. But, I think that was Heroini who scored that try in the number 17. So just a slow return here. It's getting close to the end of the first half. Only a few minutes to go, tops. Burnie would love to be able to put on a try in these last couple of phases. Kicking's been pretty good, but after the first kick, Taroona have covered it quite well. It's a great run off the last kickoff by Cody Hall. It's very sexy footwork as he ran down the field. And this kick not quite a shot, but it's going to hit Hall again. He decides to have another go and makes it through the first two, but no further. They're onto him this time. And here comes the kick from Taroona again. Well taken. Vidlich there. He's just copped him high. No, he's been penalised for going off his feet there at the ruck. Said it was an accident, but yeah, it just makes it very hard for the Burnie players to get around and secure that ball. So just a bit of inexperience there from Vidlich. But he's been very busy. He's certainly looking fit. It's good to see him out there. And Burnie line out. A few substitutions happening here. It's a line out. Well taken there by Lean to get in the way. And Lagrange kicks the ball down. There's no one from Taroona there as yet. Chaperon Tucker's quick. Doesn't quite make the tackle. And Lean there after gathering that line out is the second man there to help out. Nice run there by Hamish Cool for Burnie. Takes it outside the 22. Cooper goes right. And the little chip grubber through. Who's going to get there first? Oh, interesting kick, but I think we've been interfered with the man when he's kicked that ball. So just a desperate attempt there to in cover defence by Lagrange to boot that ball across, but there's a penalty. And young Cooper says, yeah, we'll have a scrum. It's going to be actually pretty hard to kick the ball to touch and make any ground with this wind in the middle of the field there, so it's a good option. They'll win the ball. Burnie backs pretty much all come left, just shuffling around who's playing where. So Hufunga now going into fly half position. A couple of big bodies outside him. Nili Varka and Daniel Fa'ifo, but Cooper goes blind. He's quick. He loves it, and he shows some ball and then goes through. Goes the goose step and ends up just having to stop there. Rob Holmes was going to clean him up, but it was well read there by Cooper. And again, Taroona ill-disciplined at the ruck. And Burnie go the quick tap this time. Really going to be running into half-time here, so they want to make something of this. I think an error from Burnie here will see probably see us run through to half-time. Ball comes wide. No, straightens up there. Fatungiatu with the ball, I think, this time. So another new face and another penalty. Taroona need to be very careful. And the quick tap from Cooper comes out. They go left. Well tackled. Taroona's defence has been good in this position. And this time, I thought the penalty was the other way. So not rolling away. Taroona very lucky here to not be carded. Fa'ifo goes through, close to the line, and eventually, after too many penalties from Taroona, we see Nili Varka dive over for a 5-pointer. And Burnie managed to get on the board. So great attacking work there from Burnie. Really well led by Hunter Cooper there. He's making some great decisions. When to give the short pass and hit it up and when to go wide. So we'll probably see half time arrive after this kick. It's going to be a tough kick here. Cooper now goes back. It's a nice kick too. Into the wind and it's over. Great work. And that's half time. So a good comeback there at the end from Burnie in the last few minutes, probably the last 3 minutes of that half. Finally had some possession and managed to maintain it. And Taroona with a bit of ill discipline at the ruck, going off their feet and interfering, let Burnie make their way up the field and score that last try. So entertaining half of rugby. Taroona with 3 tries, all converted, with 21 points to a converted try to Burnie. We'll take a little bit of a break now, and we'll be back for the start of the second half soon. So players now just resuming their positions. Burnie 2 tries down. Did a great job really to keep Taroona out for a lot of that first half, because they had 34 minutes of possession and field position and came away with 3 good tries. Oh, great hit there by Eddington. And the ball spilled out, but they're just making it around. Cooper doesn't go low enough, doesn't get his feet close enough, but enough to slow down the running play out there of Moses Moala. And a few positional changes here from Burnie. See the ball come out. Great driving tackle there from Smith and Vidlich for the Penguins. Just pushing the Burnie players back, not making enough physical contact there. Comes the ball, come back right. Yeah, looking for that corner. Lagrange's going to be wily enough to keep his eyes on that. Dishes it off to Holmes, who gives the ball out wide to Burke, and he goes, yeah, I'll have a kick too. I think he's kicked from inside his half, but doesn't find touch. And ball's picked up and roosted back. And Lagrange around the middle of the field there. He's looking for Cooper on this side, who's got the ball. Needs to not run too wide here because there's not a lot of support with him. And does well to straighten up and find some support, but Mayall, I think, going off his feet there to trap that ball. And so Burnie will kick long here with the wind into this corner, and presumably doesn't kick very long, kicks almost to me. Oh, he does. Here we go. No. Georgia. Thank you. Ball just running over to Georgia Stewart, who's on the sideline of the game next door. So Burnie, penalty here, didn't make a huge amount of ground, but have got the line out. Being thrown in by Lee Jordan, right in front of my position. Tap down, well taken by Bentley, and then Hufunga, a man responsible for the yellow card earlier in the match, runs around and drops it. So we've got an advantage here for Taroona. They'll get to choose whether they're going to go back for a line out. Oh no, the Taroona knocked the ball on in the line out apparently. Okay. Must have been the hand of Anthony Lean jumping up in front of the line out jumper for Burnie. Taroona need to pay attention to their defence. Just taking some time here. Someone needs... Just an injury in the middle of the field there to one of the Burnie players, and Burnie bench not quite paying attention.
5 minutes, Mikey, let's work. 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
I was get you to pan to the guy sitting on the ground. There was a guy having a rest. So just see Hunter Cooper coming back on the field. Is probably the best player in the first half for Burnie. He came on early. I think he came from the wing into halfback and led them really effectively. Some great darting runs too off the ruck from the scrum, and He's now come back on with that injury. And we see Hufunga coming off the field with a ankle, maybe a knee issue, I think. So Cooper with the ball in. Burnie come to the blind and kick through, and it goes all the way through the feet of the Taroona player and out about a metre out from the line. So straight on and doing something something very, very effective for his team to push them down. He's got a good smile on his face there too. Taroona with a line out about, well, on the 5 metres. Going to have to do well here. The wind's died down a little bit right now. Certainly doesn't feel as if it's blowing as strong as it did before, but throws are going to have to be A1 from Smith. Goes to the front, and great jump from Lean. Lagrange on the left foot kicks the ball into a terrible position, and Cooper, he'll enjoy this, but he gets a good solid hit from Eddington. And Burnie come back, but no tackle taken. Great contact there by Jacob Cooper. That was Moala. It was a solid hit. Cooper's really done a great job to stop him because he was looking dangerous. Quick defence gets up from Taroona, but unable to make the tackle. And they've got to go low. That ball's very far forward. But very dangerous, Burnie down here. Great run in that last phase there from Moala in the number 35. Just bumping off tackles. Very well met by the winger from Taroona. In this case, the last ditch pass there, just letting Burnie down with a forward one over the top. So the ball comes back from Lagrange, finds Burke. They decide not to kick from there, and he throws that to no one. Ifo says, "Thank you, sir," and picks up a ball inside Taroona's 22. Cooper goes right, just a standard pass. It's a wide one, comes out. Oh! There's a smile on the face on the floor there from Akisi, who's gone the step and slipped. And Shane Bentley comes towards the line, driven close, but Burnie managed to recover it. Kai's getting in the way of Cooper there. Now no one's sure where to go. Let's just throw it to this big guy. And that just now Burnie get a little bit of a chance to settle. Oh, big hit there. And the penalty won, so a cracking tackle coming in there from Albie Mayol. We'll hit this up on the replay. It's so hard for a player receiving the ball when that defender comes in from that line. We saw Jake Gordon do it last week very effectively in the Super Rugby. Just great work there from Mayol, where he might have been offside. I don't know. I didn't spot it, but he certainly got away with it. It's much easier to be a little bit offside when you come out from that wide in the defensive line. Usually the referee or the assistant's not looking that far out, so it's hard to pick, but good work.
Get Moses up, Moses and Shane up.
And a line out now to Taroona in their attacking end. So first opportunity really here. But Burnie win that ball. I think they might have knocked that on, I'm not sure. But bundled into touch by Taroona, who will have another attempt. Now we've got Brocklehurst throwing this ball into the line out. Goes straight to Lean. Not very straight, I don't think. Just always look at that outside hand, the referees. If the ball goes to the outside or the outside shoulder of the player jumping in the line out, very difficult for that to be called straight. Very easy for the referee to decide that it's crooked. So another lull in the play for a moment while we set the scrum. Burnie with the ball this time. Taroona have defended well against the Burnie backline. You won't quite pick it up on the screen, but Jacob Cooper now on this wing for Taroona playing much deeper, which is good because it's the spot for the team to kick to. But Burnie decide to go wide, and Taroona get up quickly, but the ball comes right around the outside. Tackle's not made again. Ifo back there, and he throws a pass back, but finds a Taroona player. There was a sea of them and not enough of his support players. So Cody Mann now for the Blues picks that ball in, and Shane Bentley's all over him. He's off his feet, but he's on that ball quickly, so it ends up putting his hands on the ground. And Taroona go with a quick tap. Mayall with the run here. Support play nicely behind him. And ball comes wide, finds Brocklehurst. Taking in a tackle nicely. And Bentley's all over it, but no, he's penalised again. Oh, we've got the advantage here. So, no, not Bentley penalised this time. The tackler not releasing. Mayall has another go. Runs straight into the big fellas up there. And Lagrange goes wide to Burke, to Lean. Back inside to Eddington in a gap. No, and that passes forward. So a well set up little play there by some experienced heads at Taroona. But that pass from Lean just travelling forward. Just watch it again here. Lean was a good hit, but he's just, it's marginally forward, but good call there from the referee. And Burnie will have a chance to make their way out of this defensive zone. Be looking for a nice big kick. They can get it behind Cooper on this wing on this side. There's a good chance for a 50-22. Here we go. No, they decide to throw it. A bit of disorganisation. Far Ifo says, yeah, I'll have a run, thanks. And someone's got to go low on him, and eventually they do. Hangs onto it nicely. And number 7 out there, Jack Coburn, gets bundled up. And some great counter-rucking by Taroona. Ball knocked on at the base. And we've got an advantage to Taroona and a turnover. Oliver Butler coming on for the Blues now, pushing into the halfback position. And the ball's held up here, so I suspect if Taroona can't get this ball back, we'll see. Scroll, I'm not sure what's happening. There's a penalty advantage back here, I think, for holding on at the bottom of the ruck. So Taroona now with the ball. And a penalty opportunity. We'll probably go for a scrum. These uncontested scrums give you a guaranteed win, but it also means that your opposition's got a pretty easy defensive line. Attacking line out this way for Taroona with Burke, fly half outside him, Perawini outside him, Hiri, and then Jacob Cooper out this side. Burke goes blind. He's got Holmes outside him and Shapper and Tucker. He hangs on and no one takes him and ducks in towards the line, and there it is. Second try to Alistair Burke. Nice little show and go out on the right-hand side there. Just watch again. No one committed to tackle Burke, so he comes around. It's a good ball. Straightens up. Holmes on his outside. And he just straightened up there. The tackler was really flat-footed instead of trying to get up and get in his face. And it was all too easy for Burke to step off his right foot back inside and dive over the line. Second try to Alistair Burke. And he'll have to kick his own conversion.
How's it, Sonny? Run?
Burnie definitely showing some potential prowess out there in their back line. They're just a little bit disorganised. They're not quite sure. It's the first game of the season. Sure they'll improve in that as the season goes on. learning how each other plays, but yeah, just have been a little bit unsettled. Burke decides he's going to drop kick. The ball falls off the tee. Not enough time left to reset it. And no conversion. So Taroona 26 now. The first 5-pointer of the second half. The wind's not playing as much of a part, I don't feel, this half as it was last half. It's coming in sort of gusts, aiding Burnie, but mostly it's just a fairly light breeze now. Often is the way it happens out here. As the day goes on, the weather just consolidates a little bit and is a bit more predictable. Okay, it's a great high kick there. Nice one. Eddington reads it beautifully. Evades one and bumps off the next tackler. Burnie player diving all over that ball and not releasing, but didn't get there in the end. Vidlich with a nice hit up. And Butler now takes the ball out to Burke, who goes wide to Brocklehurst. Looks for someone, but no one there with him, so he has to prop and gets hit in a very solid tackle. Mayall with a nice run here, gets on the outside, manages to get the pop off to Burke, who finds Eddington. Eddington back inside. Loves the contact, does Jordan Eddington. The man they call the pig. And we've been penalised here. Taroona on coming in on the side by the look of it, so support player not coming in straight at the back of the ruck. Cooper with the kick now and puts Burnie back down into an attacking position. Picking up some great sound effects there from some of the local supporters, a couple of the East players, I think, walking along there, having a good day out. East's not getting a game today due to the Harlequins' second division team being unable to continue for the season. So Quins will only run with a single team in the first division this year. Line out now, Burnie get up nice and high, and the Kiwi's got it. I've given up trying to pronounce his name. He told me, don't bother, just call me the Kiwi. And they're going to hold him up here. But no, Taroona been penalised for coming around offside. So great work by the Kiwi. And a nice quick tap here. But again, slipping. So some boot issues today, I think, for Burnie. Taroona, great read there by Jacob Cooper. He had to get up quickly and really shut that down. The big run here from Burnie, he's just short.
Call it, Henry, call it! Call it,
Henry Chuck Vado out here on his wing, needs the ball. And ball's been stripped there by Holmes. So Taroona slowing that down, but very wisely in this situation. There's a giant free space in front of Henry Chuck Vado out on this wing, but I couldn't get the ball there. Now Burnie go with the tap. Holmes needs to run out of the way. May have copped an errant boot there whilst putting his head in front of some big guy's legs, but it stopped the try. Now Taroona need to release, and Burnie will have another go. Cooper goes for a run, but he's too little there, and it's taken well by Cooper. He's having a great game. Burnie go over here. I think refer to that as promoting his body position. So it's the double movement style penalty against the guy trying to attempt the try. He's allowed to reach out, but he's not allowed to lift his body up and move his body forward. So disappointing there, a bit of bad luck to Burnie. There was some really great play. And that was the first half try score of Varka. And the left foot there from Hiri goes out, and Taroona will have a line out from that penalty. It's 20 metres out. So Smith now back with the line-out throwing duties. Had some struggles, have Taroona in this aspect of their game, and not very straight again. So Burnie will have a scrum out on the 15-metre line. Burnie with a great attacking opportunity here. Taroona's defence has been good so far. I'd like to back Burnie in from here. Love to see them bring the ball onto this right-hand side here. I'd certainly, if I were Cooper, I'd be coming this way. It's a good sized blind. If he can get this ball around quickly. No, he goes left. And doesn't really want the ball there, unfortunately. Just a bit too slow there onto that from Hufunga, who's back on the field. And the kick comes through from Taroona. Got some defensive efforts out here. Great defence out there from two of the Taroona front rowers. But discipline again here from Taroona. Might be a bit of a warning here for too many penalties at the breakdown. Very messy from Taroona. Just slowing it down too much, not getting out of there quickly enough, and it really has made it hard for Burnie. Good call there. A lot of penalties against Taroona, so Cooper now will kick for the line here with the wind behind him. Nice little chip there, not quite making it inside the 22, but 25 metres out. Lineouts have been a mess, really, from both teams. It's a tricky aspect of play, I guess, something that requires a lot of practice to get right. Just someone's gathered the ball, and here it comes. Just a little support from our officials there to get the ball up to Lee Jordan to throw this in. So they'll go to Shane Betley, I reckon. No, they go to the back, and it's very crooked. And Ruben McConaughey having a run out there, takes the ball and is taken down in the tackle. Alex Cole runs into contact there. Good. Now Burnie not really rolling away in this situation either. So it's going both ways. Players getting a bit tired, just getting lazy. Bentley had to let him go. Got to tap the ball properly. Oliver Butler there with the tap, but you must release. You can't just touch it on your foot. I'm not sure why the scrum goes the other way. So they've turned the ball over there. That's just a lack of understanding there from Butler. Gives Burnie a good opportunity here. So Burnie looking to go left again. Cooper takes it. He's well bundled up there by Butler. But Butler's offside, and the quick tap happens. They're going to let it go? No. Needs to be behind the mark. I think he's probably reasonably behind it, but away we go. So, penalty to Burnie. Mess there from Taroona. It's going to go the tap. Ball into the hands of the big man there, Massima. Taken down eventually by Taroona after breaking a few tackles. And now the ball comes wide. Good option there from Cooper. Great hands. Faifo with the ball now. Someone's got to take him down. They can't, and over the line goes Okisi. But I think Yes, we've called it a try. Just a bit of a conference over there by the referees. I think it may have been just a question whether that pass was forward. Looked pretty good. Hard to pick from here. And Panismana Okisi goes over for a try. So Burnie, peg one back. Both teams scoring one try, so 5 points apiece so far this half. Cooper's waiting for someone to take him a kicking tee. Burnie bench not quite awake to that. Hey guys, he needs a tee. It's all right, I'll just give him a quick yell out. I need a megaphone. No, he's going the drop kick because he don't have enough time. Not a bad effort there, but bad luck. Just need to be a bit more switched on there. So just the 5, now 26-12. Still only 2 tries in it. Taroona getting very messy at the breakdown in defence here. Need to be very careful not to give away any more penalties. They'll find themselves a player down. I'm sure that Burnie would love the opportunity to attack against a 14-man Taroona team. Discipline's key for the defensive efforts of Taroona. And a nice high kick comes in, well taken out the back there. And Burnie go left, and a great solid tackle by 2 men out there from Taroona. Went playing into that dummy. Going left again down that short side. Fa'ifo, they've got to go low on him. Got to go low on him. Everyone's trying to take him too high. That's a good ball inside there. Can't quite get it to Cooper. Oh dear. Called forward there by the referee, but I reckon that looked all right. So we've got probably the best view in the house on that one. Certainly went backwards out of his hands. Did a great job. Yeah, I think that should have been play on. Bit of bad luck there. Fa'ifo's really proving to be a handful for Taroona. Need to make sure their tackles go low on him. And Taroona will get an opportunity now to exit their defensive half. Butler to Burke. Burke goes straight to the boot. There's no one deep. It's a wonky kick. Doesn't find touch though. Great chase by Shapper and Tucker, but he can't hang on to Cooper. So gives the ball back in field. Sorry, that wasn't Cooper. I think it was Kai's out there on the wing. And Burnie will look to clear. What have they got here to exit? Ball comes to Kiwi. He straightens up, of course, and makes a good 5. 10 metres still going. Again, Taroona just not tackling low enough. But I think he's just rolled too far. Great work. His forward momentum was too much, and I think his supporting players there couldn't stick on their feet. Both just fell straight over, and now Taroona will have a penalty. About 10 minutes left to play. What will Taroona do here? Balls into the scrum. Butler comes to Burke. He goes wide. They're going to look for Hall. They're going to get outside. Fa'ifo just stood up. That's a great draw and pass. Does Hall have the pace to make it to the line? No. Bundled into touch. Just a few metres short. So great work there from Heroini for Taroona. to draw 2 tacklers and dish that pass off. Here he goes. Gets around Faifa, who actually really put the pressure on. But the cover defence there, number 21, the first half try scorer, Varka, comes and manages to get Hall over the sideline. So his twinkle toes weren't enough to get him around that time. Good cover defence there from Burnie. Now they need to clear. Wind has all but gone away. Vidlich gets his hand on the ball and a nice tap back. Butler manages to get hold of it. Goes very high to Burke. Bit of a hospital pass. We'll need a halfback. I think Cody Mann was in there and then turned around, trying to get out and create a running option. Going to need to look left. Brocklehurst getting around on the right-hand side, hitting it up. Good secure ball. It's a big defensive line this side for Burnie. They need to go wide. Cole gets it, but no, he runs into some defence. Does a great job to dish off to Shapper and Tucker, running an awesome support line. But the ball comes down and Taroona will just slowly recover. Burke decides he doesn't want to dish that off to Mann and drives himself. Now the ball goes to Vidlich, but he can't hang on to it. And knocked on. And there's just a bit of a gust of wind at the moment, you can hear, so it's just hard to read what's happening at the moment. "30 minutes on our clock, so not a huge amount of time left. Just a discussion out here between the assistant referee, Vivi Hukinen, and the referee. And we're going to be penalised somewhere. No. So, scrum here. Cooper goes left, and Burnie look to run it again. Ball goes wide, that's a good option. Hall gets into the line though, and Ragdoll throws his opposition number over the line. And again, no one's going low on Daniel Faifa. He is too strong to try and tackle him around his shoulders. Oh, beautiful steal there. Jacob Cooper, I think. Probably win the award today for most mentions by me. It's Jacob, played a good game, been well involved. Pick and drive from Brocklehurst. And Taroona just slowly making some metres. Good little bit of a step there from Vidlich. I think he's fallen the wrong way, and I don't know if he's got that ball back. But unlucky there, Burnie. Vidlich just went into that tackle and had the ball on the wrong side. And he's coming off of this. Wants to come off for a rest, but nah, stay out there. Shake it off. And Taroona off for a scrum. Just a bit of a stinger there, Vidlich. He ran into some pretty strong contact. Last year, I think Josh was probably recipient of Tackle of the Year. He got absolutely cut in half out here on the other Rugby Park field in a game against, may have been Launceston. He certainly played a great game today and been really actively involved in hitting the ball up and then all aspects of the play. So great work. He's going to earn himself a rest. So Taroona attacking scrum here. Ball comes to Burke. Goes wide. Going to wrap around. Great hit up from Heroini. Does he have some support there? He does. Taroona will have another opportunity in another phase, but there's no halfback. There is a halfback, but the halfback's gone into the ruck. And so Butler eventually disengages and grabs the ball. McConaughey goes to the left. Shapper and Tucker slides over the line, and I think he's been taken into touch just short of the line. So again, nice cover defence from Burnie to get across. Push Taroona into touch over there. And we'll see another line out. Oh, Mayol juggles it, one hand, close to falling over the line. Can he get it back? Or has it been turned over? No, well done, well picked up there. Burt goes back inside, can't find Cole on his outside, and then the ball's knocked on by Cooper. And, oh, here we go. Do we have the pace here to catch him? Butler's going to get him. He's got to make sure of it, though. And then Chukwueze gets it, runs back in, there's some support there, and eventually finds Price, who goes over. So a great chase down there from Oliver Butler from Taroona, but really good work there. That was, again, just a case there with Taroona knocking that ball on and not picking it up quickly and just securing it to force the scrum to be called. And that was well picked up in the end there. I'm not sure. It was... it was Moses Moala who went for the big run. But the score in the end there was to Harry Kais. I'm going to butcher the pronunciation of his name, and I'll have to catch up with him after.
I was going to run, but I just stopped. You got tired. I took her from the run, man.
Nice banter between the Burnie players out here.
Hey, it's not easy, man. I went on max speed, man, from there. Why are we ready?
Right, Cooper with the kick here.
I should have made that try, man. And then celebrate. I was going to do my celebration ball.
And it's a nice little chip, but just goes wide. Must be close to full time. Really needed that conversion now. It's unfortunately for Burnie, 9 points in it. If they had made that conversion, they'd put them only a converted try behind, whereas they now need 2 scores. Converted try and a penalty to manage to win. So a lot of yelling out here from Taroona. I want everyone to get up ready for the kick. There's a lot of walking. So the chip goes through, hits the ground, bounces back Taroona's way. No one's there to get it though. Probably a good chase in the end by Jenkinson. And Burnie, have they got one last try in them? Nice pick and drive. They've got a sniff. Ball goes left. Oh, dropped on. Dropped. May see the end of the game here. And it does. So Taroona triumphant in the first men's match of the season in our second division. Very wind-assisted first half for Taroona, saw them score 3 tries. And the second half, Burnie came back with a couple, but Taroona a single try. And in the end, Taroona conversions really with a big difference in that they managed to keep a 9-point buffer and just win there. So great game from all the guys. Well played. Some good, great to see some new faces out there. Particularly impressed by Hunter Cooper running at halfback for most of the game for Burnie. Had a really great game, and a few of the experienced players, Jordan Eddington particularly, having a great game for Taroona. Jacob Cooper playing on the wing was always involved, and great to see some new players out there too, and the return of Anthony Lean, who will now go and join, I think, the first grade team as a reserve out there too. So great start to our season. And we'll look forward to bringing some more matches later. But coming up soon on our other stream, we'll have the first division match between the same teams, Taroona and Burnie. And thank you.